Bienvenue dans le vestiaire avec Nicolas St-Pierre.
On retourne au hockey parce que notre prochaine invitée, bien qu'elle n'ait pas... elle n'a pas fait nécessairement d'action hier, mais elle fait partie quand même de l'équipe. Puis c'est sûr et certain qu'elle aura son mot à dire pour la suite des choses. Bref, sa présence nous indique qu'il y a quand même une très belle profondeur devant le filet pour la formation de la Charge d'Ottawa qui est en action hier face aux Sirènes de New York. Une grosse victoire, une 5e de suite en prolongation. Puis évidemment, elle regarde ces matchs-là d'une perspective différente. C'est avec un énorme plaisir qu'on ouvre les portes du vestiaire à Kendra Woodland de la formation de la Charge d'Ottawa. First of all, Kendra, I would like to thank you to give us some of your time. I know you're all pretty busy, so we really appreciate the time you give us.
No, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
How are things for you so far this season? This Charge team seems pretty excited from your perspective. How do you appreciate what's going on personally and as a teammate?
Yeah, I mean, it's my first time in the league this year. And I think it's been, like you said, it's been awesome. It's been really exciting. Obviously, we didn't start out too hot. I think we weren't really happy with that. But I think ever since we took that turn halfway through, I think that road trip we took in Chicago for our takeover tour, we turned it around and really dug deep. So since then, we've really found each other, and it's been really exciting.
That team seems pretty tight, and having a tight team can give you a lot of success. What makes you gel as a team?
I think our leadership group just does a really great job of setting the tone, really putting in the work to create the culture that we all can appreciate, really work towards, and just respecting each other as athletes. I think we all just have a common goal at the end of the day to win a Walter Cup, and we really just drives us every day and gels us.
Can you give us your an idea of how the dynamic is between the goaltenders, Aola and Gwyneth Phillips, and from your perspective, like we all see that Gwyneth is definitely one of the best in the league right now. Can you confirm this, and how much is it good for you to actually be able to gravitate around this team right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially my role right now is very unique. Maybe not seeing the ice as much, but really learning from the three of us. We have a really tight-knit group, the three of us as goaltenders, and it's healthy competition for sure. But like you said, someone like Gwen Phillips, she's phenomenal on the ice, off the ice, great teammate, great goalie. So you can really learn from her from every aspect of the game. And same with Sani. I think it's been impressive with how she's come into the league. Same as me, I think, at the same age, first year, but to see her kind of take it by storm and do really well with that has been really fun. And it's really fun just to be around them all the time. And the three of us have a really good time.
I think I'm not too much forward saying that we're going to see you as a starter in the league at a future that's very close. So for people who don't really know your style, how would you describe just the kind of goaltender that you are, the style that you're more recognized for?
Yeah, I think I'm a pressure goalie. I love to give my team a chance to win. You know, you might not come up with the win as much as you'd like to, but to give your team that opportunity to come out with that W is really important to me. But just my compete level. Like I said, regardless of the outcome, you can look yourself in the eye and maybe talk to yourself in the mirror after and say, I gave it my all and I competed as hard as I could. And I think that's what people would be able to see from me.
There's a particularity in your statistic. Kendra Woodland is the first goaltender coming from Canadian University to be drafted in the PWHL. How proud are you about the statistic?
Very proud. I think it's known that it's not common for a U Sports player. I think across the whole league that it's very common for them to be there. I know there are a couple players, and it's great to see that representation. But I think I wanted to start the narrative that goalies can do it too. So It's been really fun to stay in Canada for university and really wear that with pride as I move through my hockey journey in the PWHL.
And I don't want to stir the pot, but it seems that the tendency in the league right now is to look more, the natural way is the American university. Knowing that you're coming from U Sports, and from a lot of people, I've listened to a lot of commentary and saying that the U Sport is still the league that hasn't been tapped in. How much does that indicate that for us in the near future, U Sports going to be recognized on the same level as American NCAA?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially with, expansion coming in the league, I think there's going to be more spots for both players and goalies. And I think it's just important to know that, the players in U Sports are just as good and they can compete just as hard. And just to start that narrative now is really important. Obviously, there's great players in the NCAA. I mean, I was committed to the University of North Dakota before that program was shut down in 2016. So making that decision to stay in Canada was a little bit of a different one. And some people may say it was risky, but I think I wouldn't change a thing at this point. So yeah, like I said, starting that narrative that I think those U Sports players are coming, and it's going to be really awesome when they do.
Apparently that goaltenders are particular people and are people that like habits. Personally, how would you describe actually your habits preparing for a game? Are you a superstitious person? Do you have a routine that you cannot go without to be ready for a game?
I would say that I'm superstitious, but I think if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You just kind of move on. But I do like a routine, and I do like a bit of my superstitions. I get dressed kind of left, right. So you put your left skate on, your right skate on, kind of one at a time. You get dressed the same way. Your pregame routine is always going to be the same, just to create that comfort. But obviously some things happen where schedules change and you can't really do anything about it, and you have to adapt. So I think I'm okay with that. But if all is perfect, I really enjoy having that routine and those superstitions for sure.
At a moment to get to the biggest league in your sport, there has to be some person or some people that help you, influence you to become the player that you are. If I ask you to name one person or some people that could have influenced you or helped you become the player that you are, who would you say?
Yeah, I think I'd probably have to start it with my family. I probably have one of the most supportive families, I think, on the planet. I'm very lucky to have them in my corner and support me through everything that I do and all my endeavors. But yeah, I think I've had some coaches over my years that have really helped with my development. I think someone like Dan DePalma, the Kamloops Blazers goalie coach in the WHL, he's done a lot for me in developing me since I was probably 10 years old.
Wow.
So I've known him for quite a while. Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I owe a lot to him for sure. And yeah, just I think my family are the main ones for sure. It's just seeing it through and really helping me and supporting me.
Always important to have a family around you to support you. Before I let you go, give us your thought about what would be a satisfying rest of the season for you. What are your goals to be satisfied this season?
Yeah, I think I came into the season not really knowing what my role would be, and obviously right now I'm in the role of a third goalie, and I love that compete level that it brings, and obviously I love to play. I think every person in this league wants to play, but I think my goal is just for the team to be able to have a shot at that Walter Cup. Obviously this team did a very good job last year and getting that far, and I just think that this group really has what it takes. So I think that would be my goal, and seeing that through and helping them as much as I can.
We wish you the biggest of luck for this season, and honestly, hats off for you and the Charge, because the show is very amazing. So great job, continue this, and hopefully we'll be able to talk at a later date. Until then, well, thank you for accepting our invitation, and see you then.
Awesome, thank you so much for having me.
Un retour sportif 100% local dans le vestiaire avec Nicolas St-Pierre.